What's happening? It's been a minute. I know it's been forever. People have asked me, you doing your podcast? Where you been? What's going on? Nothing's going on. I've been working. Let me give you the short of it. The last handful of months, I've been in the service of people in my family that needed me. And so God gave me the opportunity to help out, and I've been doing that. And truthfully, I really haven't had much to say in terms of a podcast. I think when you think of a podcast, you think of people just talking. Let me just sit here and talk about subjects and things. And sometimes it's really interesting, and a lot of times it's just throwaway stuff just to have a podcast. And that's not the type of guy I am. I'm not going to just sit up here and talk, and I'm not going to talk about stuff that's just nonsensical. You know, your favorite kind of ice cream or what you're going to have for dinner. It's not me. And so I respect your time, I respect my time, and in the process of that, I have to give you substance. That's me. I need to give you something of substance, something that correlates to my life and has a reason why I'm saying it. And so I hope that you can respect the fact that I respect your time. And let's go ahead and dive in. First, I got to stand up because you know what? I absolutely hate sitting down. It drives me nuts. I have so much energy moving, and my spirit's like, get your butt up. You gotta be moving. No, I don't have ADD or whatever the hell you guys are diagnosing people with, ADHD. I have life in me, and so I'm moving and I'm shaking and I'm wanting to do stuff, and that's normal, right? I don't want to be subdued, sitting there like a zombie. Anyhow, what I've been thinking about as of late is choices. We all have choices. They come in all forms. They happen every day. They happen every minute, it seems like. A choice to wake up in the morning or hit the snooze button. A choice to be kind or a choice to be angry and mean, resentful. A choice to be grateful. A choice to love. A choice to hate. Choices everywhere. So everything in life starts with the choice, from the smallest to the biggest thing in life, for better or for worse. The cool thing is, within those choices, you have to understand that you and myself, we're not here by accident. There's an absolute reason for our lives, where they're at, good or bad, why, and the people involved in them, and the things happening. There's an absolute reason for it. Almost like some of you may believe, like our steps are ordained, that they're leading to our destiny. I believe that. For better or for worse, the choices we make within those decisions lead to our destiny. Now, that's pretty cool. I mean, essentially what it's saying is so much of our life is still a mystery. A lot of the times we live in the past, and the past and sometimes the present just bogs us down, but we forget to live in the present, in the future, where so much of it is a mystery. There's so much potential that we can't even see, and we settle for all the bad and the heavy. Now, that the mystery of life moving forward is amazing. It could also be terrifying, but I choose to think it's amazing. And I guess, you know, the one constant, potentially the most powerful voice you'll hear at all times, is the one in your head. I know for a fact everyone can relate with that. At times we've gotten our head, for better or for worse. It's led us so wrong, or it's led us so right. And sometimes that head, that conversation, that talk, that self-talk is riddled by chaos and fear, worry, anxiety. And other times, man, it's completely the opposite. We're full of strength, we're full of resolve, and we're full of belief. I would go as far as saying, and back to that, there's a choice to how we deal with that voice in our head, right? I'm going to get to that. But I would go as far as saying that our minds are hardwired to create doubt in us. I don't know, maybe because of man's fallen nature. Man is so corrupted and beaten down and broken that maybe that's just our nature, is to create self-doubt. But I think you can rewrite it. You rewire it. How? Good question. Now, I'm not saying this is the answer, but maybe don't be afraid to challenge the thoughts in your mind, why they're there and where they're coming from. You have a choice in that. Do they hold any truths, or are they all lies? And maybe the truth is that you got to look yourself in the mirror and say, I need to change whatever this is. And maybe they're lies and you have to disregard them. You have to battle those lies and say, get away. I'm not interested. That is not the truth, right? Challenge the stories you tell yourself. Also, one really important note is be aware of the signs in your life. Be aware, because they're all around you. Me, for example, I try to be eyes open as wide, ears open as wide as possible, looking. And I miss them all the time. This little small needle-sized sign that I just glazed over because I didn't think it was anything, was something, and it would have prevented something happening, but I didn't pay enough attention to that small sign because it wasn't relevant. It wasn't relevant enough to me. And I'm just like, man, they're all over, all the time, guiding us, protecting us, sending us onto the correct path. So if we just pay attention to the signs and we make the right choice to follow the sign, the ending's different. The story takes a different direction. The story of your life decides to take a different direction, and maybe that's a great thing. And the ending's different, and it ends up with joy. The ending of the story ends up with joy that you didn't think you deserved, but it was actually exactly meant for you. So I have to say this, I guess an ending is that it's never too late to make the right choice. It's never too late to follow your instincts. It's never too late to challenge your mind. It's never too late to do anything at any avenue of your life, because as long as you have a pulse, you have a chance. That's all I got for you tonight. I hope you have a good evening. And you know what? I'd love for you guys to reach out if this grabs you. I'd love for topics. If you have a topic that you are interested in talking about or hearing about, I'd love for you to interact, because I'm just here in this podcast room and it's just my thoughts going, here you go. But you know what would be really cool is to hear your thoughts, because that's why I do it. It's partially for me, but it's more for someone out there that needs to hear it. Have a good one. We will catch you later on.